Good morning, boys. I hope you all had a good night's sleep and that you are ready to begin working for today. So, today is Wednesday, boys. Yesterday you all did history. So today we're going to do reading. And the reading story for today is called Camping Out. It looks like this. It has a little fire on the left top corner. So please take out this worksheet so we can read it together. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to read the story. I just want you to follow along, and then you have some quick comprehension questions. You have 6. I will do 1 with you, and you will do the rest on your own. So here, do not forget to write your name on the top right corner and today's date. Today is April 28, 2021. And it says, camping out. Chirp, chirp went the birds. Buzz, buzz went the bees. The sounds outside were a sure sign that spring had arrived. Despite the chilly air, the bright sun helped make it feel like spring. Jake didn't mind the chill, though. He knew that the temperature didn't matter. If the calendar said spring, it was time for camping season. For 5 years now, Jake had gone camping every weekend in spring with his dad and grandpa. Jake had gotten so used to it now, he could hardly wait and had started to count down. Coming this weekend was the first camping trip of the season. Jake had already started to pack up his supplies. He needed his fishing pole and net, some rope, a sleeping bag, and a collection jar for any interesting insects he might find. Jake set out for the woods early in the morning with his dad and grandpa. They got there in good time to set up the campsite and get started fishing for dinner. Jake anxiously ran down ahead to get to the river quickly. He found his favorite rock to stand on and cast out his fishing line. Soon enough, his dad and grandpa joined in. The sun kept them all warm as soon as they stood waiting for the first bites. As it got closer to evening, they all packed up and headed back to the campsite to start a fire for dinner. As Jake sat eating his fish and gazing into the fire, he smiled. He was so glad to be back in the woods, and he knew this would be a great camping season. So before we go into the questions, I just want to review what we just read. So there are 3 characters in the story. The 3 characters are Jake, the grandpa, and the dad. Do you all agree? Awesome, yes. What about the setting? Where is this story taking place? Good job, yes, in a campsite. And how is Jake feeling about this? About this whole camping out, going camping with his dad and his grandpa? Yes, he feels excited. He feels happy. Anything that has to do with joy, that is what Jake is feeling. He really looks forward to spring because of camping. Awesome job, boys and boys. Now what we are going to do is we're going to answer some comprehension questions we have in the back. So I will do number 1 with you, and then I will read the rest. However, you will answer them on your own. So it says on the top, quick comprehension check. After you circle the answers to each question, color the bubble for the answer as well. So question number 1 says, what is the tone of the passage? Is it A, cheerful, B, sad, or C, serious? And what they mean by tone is, during the story, while you're reading the story, how is the author feeling? How is the mood of the story? Is it cheerful, sad, or serious? Yes, boys, it is cheerful. We talked about how Jake felt excited and everything. Like, the story was all cheers and happiness. It was not sad. At no point was it sad, or should have it been sad, and serious either. So the tone of the passage, tone, which means just like the feeling, like what is the story like talking about, or giving you that vibe, like how do you feel like about reading this story? It's cheerful, guys. So now you will do the rest on your own. I will read them to you, however you will answer them independently. So question number 2 says, how did Jake react when he knew it was spring and his first camping trip would be coming up? A, he called all his friends to get ready for the woods. B, he called his grandpa to talk about the first camping trip. Or C, he started to pack up his camping supplies. Question number 3. What details does the author use to show it's spring? A calendar, B, noise words, or C, blooming flowers? Question number 4. What feeling do Jake, his dad, and his grandpa all share? They all feel anxious to get down to the water to start fishing. B, they all enjoy going camping on spring weekends. Or C, they all feel content and smile by the fire, happy with the fish they cooked. Question number 5. How does the author let the reader know that Jake, his dad, and his grandpa caught a fish? A, they were eating a fish for dinner. B, they are carrying a fish back from the water. Or C, one of the characters catches a fish in their fishing pole. And question number 6. What was the first thing that Jake, his dad, and his grandpa did when they got to the woods? Once you have answered all these questions, do not forget to take a picture of it and submit it to Teams, as well as a thumbs up for attendance. Once you have done all those things, you are good, boys. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and we will see you here back tomorrow for IEP.